All right, guys, we'll start off with Justin Poe, senior? Junior, that's right, junior. Safety, Justin Poe. Go ahead and take questions.
Justin, it seemed like the defense really gave, the whole team a spark on Saturday. We just heard Coach Parker talk a lot about turnover margin. How much of an emphasis is that for you guys?
It's something we work on every day. It's like one thing we push like to turnovers, get in the game, get our offense back the ball, so we can have more drives for them, so we can put up more points.
Justin, the defense has had a lot of four scores this year and set up a lot of those scores. What has been key to that kind of success of scoring on a defense?
Connection and then just flying to the ball, like 11 hats to the ball, wherever it's at. And we try to like be pesky on defense, be around the ball at all times.
And how did it feel to get that, like, almost seal the deal interception towards the end of just you kind of walk us through that?
It felt good, you know. We bowl eligible as well, but it felt good at getting the game over, having the ceiling pick for the game, and just contributing to the team any way I can.
You guys have beaten four teams who beat y'all last year and got a fifth one coming up this week. Do you guys talk about that sometimes? Hey, we got to beat these teams that beat us last year.
We talk about it, but it's always just the next game that's up, and we just focus on whoever is the next opponent. So whoever's next on the schedule, that's what I focus on.
What stands out to you about the Arkansas State offense? Obviously, they have a dual threat quarterback.
Can you repeat that?
Oh, what stands out to you about the Arkansas State offense? Of course, they have a dual threat quarterback.
They're a fast-paced offense, so that's gonna be a little change up, but it's something we ready for.
Justin, you guys lead the Sun Belt in fewest penalties per game. Just the discipline that seems to have increased from game to game to game.
Mm-hmm.
Just from a leadership standpoint, like yourself, how has that message come across just to cut the penalties down and to get to where you guys are right now?
We just try not to put our team in a position to like harm it. Like we know everything's bigger than just us in general. Everything's like a team mindset. So if we doing dumb penalties on our end, we're hurting not only ourselves but we're hurting the team as well.
All right, guys, we got senior kicker Scott Taylor Renfro, and we'll go ahead and take questions.
Just for you to be a local guy, leading Troy, helping lead Troy to a bowl game senior year, how special has that been? Have you taken time to process that?
No, it is. It's awesome. It was definitely like one of the goals at the beginning of the year. I was like, I want to go out on a bowl game. Me and all of the other guys that I came in with as freshmen, like we talked about, like this is our year. We talk about it after every practice, every meeting. When we're just walking by in the locker room, we're like, hey, this is our year. This is us. Let's leave our mark.
Obviously, you may know that you're moving up in the top 10 in most of the kicking scoring categories. What does it mean for you as a local kid to be having that kind of success at Troy?
I really try not to look at it just because that's not my focus. That will be the focus at the end of the year. I can look back and kind of see what I did in my career here, but right now all I care about is helping our team win and putting points on the board and just doing the best I can for them.
When you were at Pike Live, did you attend a lot of games at Troy? Were you a big Troy fan growing up in the city of Troy?
Yes, I was a huge Troy fan growing up. We have Corey Robinson's on our staff right now, and he was one of my favorite. One of the first Troy games that I remember watching. He was the quarterback, and I got to watch him. And whenever I first got to Troy, there was some seniors that were on that team that I remember watching whenever I was like 14 at that point. So I was like a fan kind of coming in. It was definitely an adjustment that I had to make, but it's been awesome.
When you were sitting there watching those games, I guess you were in the stadium at Troy, at the Veterans Memorial Stadium. Did you envision yourself kicking for Troy and making those kind of field goals and game-winning type field goals?
Oh yeah, definitely 100%. I mean that played a big role in why I chose to come here and why I wanted to come here and why that this place just means a lot to me because I have wanted to be in the position that I am in right now since I was 12 years old.
Were there any kicking idols that when you were growing up particularly at Troy, but if not Troy, somewhere else, was there any particular kicking idols you had?
Yeah, I was very blessed to know a few of Troy's past kickers, specifically Ryan Kay. Ryan's my guy. I loved him. Being able to watch him as a player, and then as he kind of passed, getting to know just him. But I mean, even just after him, some of those other guys that we've had that have performed at a really high level and have done good and kind of set the standard and the way for what Troy special teams should look like. But so
SD's special teams have played a big part in a lot of victories between the punting game, number one in net punting, lots of field goals in the ULM victory, onside kicks, some big field goals at Texas State, Peyton's returns on the punts. The whole special teams units have been a key aspect to success this year.
Yeah. No, it's been huge. I mean, I think that's one thing that Coach Parker really puts an emphasis on is just the blend of offense, defense, and special teams. It is a third of the game, and it does make a ginormous difference. And it's just ultimately we know that it's good to kind of with how I'm kicking and how Patty's kicking and how Evan's punting and Colton's snapping, we're all performing really well right now, but it's not really just for us. It is still just all about the team and putting the team in a better position and what can we do right now to steal a possession or to come in clutch with a field goal or pin them deep on a punt.
As a guy that's grown up in Troy and seen the evolution of this program with the addition of the North End Zone facility, the expansion of the stadium, and now as a player, the indoor practice facility, from a player's standpoint, you only get to use it for a short time, but for the future of this program, how big is that to get that addition?
Oh, it is awesome. That indoor practice facility, it brings a whole nother aspect just even through recruiting and getting guys here. I know we've always kind of talked about having that, and it would just be I'm sure Coach Parker has given much better details on exactly how that's going to affect our practice, and I'm very much enjoying it. Got to get in there last week and make some kicks in the indoor facility, and that was awesome. I'm definitely going to enjoy that through the rest of my time here.
As a senior, homecoming, you've only got 2 more home games left for you in your career. Just, how important is it for the fans to show up? And it's a big game against a team that handed you guys a loss last year. What's the atmosphere need to be like Saturday?
The atmosphere, I already know it's going to be awesome. We have a fantastic fan base, and we know that they make a huge impact on just how the other team plays. It's very, very hard to come in to Veterans Memorial Stadium and play for them, which makes it awesome for us. And I know it's going to be a good crowd and that everybody's going to show out, and we're just going to hopefully play really well and show off some good stuff.